There is a reason why random acts of kindness feel really good and why they create so much impact, because there's literally no strings attached. You do something for a stranger, you have no expectation of ever seeing them again, right? But you do it anyway. Why did you do that? There was no quid pro quo. Well, you did it because you wanted to be kind. It felt right. And you probably felt really good after the fact. And that person was impacted in a positive way. Why do we leave acts of kindness just for random strangers? We should still do that, by the way. But why not also implement acts of kindness and positivity with the people that we know? Welcome back, everyone, to Life at 10 Tenths, where we inspire you to live at the pinnacle of your ability and purpose. And today's release date is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody. If you're getting some time to listen to us on this day, we hope that you're having a wonderful time with family if you celebrate Christmas, and that you got some nice things under the tree, that you had some fun this morning, unwrapping maybe something special, or just spending time with those special people in your world, which kind of like gears us up for what we want to talk about today, which is, Garrett, the power of positive people and what you can create in your world if you are one of those positive people, or if you are in the space, if you're sharing energy with those types of positive people. So good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. No, I'm excited to go and talk about this today, because I feel that no matter what you believe right now, no matter what your religious beliefs are, anything along those lines, like there is a level of energy that comes off people during this time of the year that is really fun to share that energy. And I was thinking about this, Matt, as we were getting ready for the podcast today, because I had an experience just the other day. I went to our local store, and everybody knows the Salvation Army, and they're out in front every single Christmas. They've been doing it for I don't know how many years, for as long as time as the Salvation Army.
As long as I've been alive, so as far as I'm concerned, forever.
And they're always out there. They have the bell ringers. You all know what I'm talking about. And I was thinking about this because I went by the other day, and there was a man and a lady out there, and they were ringing the bell, and everybody was just kind of walking past each other, and nobody was really stopping. Like nobody was going and engaging them and doing putting any money in the bin. Flip side to what I saw, I think it was 2 days ago, I went by the store, and there were about 8 to 10 varsity football players for the local high school out in front. Big boys. And their energy coming off of them. I walked up to their thing. I put $1 in the bin, and I said, guys, your cheer is being felt all the way across the parking lot. Like it is radiating off all of you, as they were literally yelling at the top of their lungs, carols and singing and embracing people that would come up. And you could see parents who knew the boys walking up and high-fiving of them, and just this energy kind of pouring off of them. The amount of people I saw walk up and give a donation was absolutely amazing. And and I was thinking about it, it's like, what if our world was like this all the time? Like, what if we just chose to give that type of incredible energy and like the best of the best that we have on a normal everyday basis? And it's interesting to me that it does come out during the holidays, and we lean into this side that we don't usually go to on an. Like, do I open doors for people, Matt? All the time. There's something my mom bred into me, was you open doors for people. I don't care who you are, I'll open the door. But there's a different level of eye connection and happy holidays, and I hope hope everything's good in your world, and make it a great evening. I mean, we went out to dinner last night, and I was thinking about, like, this is a special time of the year that people engage people differently. They share energy differently. It's really unique. It's really a cool time.
It is. It's wonderful. And I think it highlights that people are good. Like, for the most part, people are great.
Yep.
And when you're on the receiving end of seeing that positive energy, just like you received that from the football team at the store, it's like, what if we were those people all the time? Like you said, Garrett, like, yeah, I try to do my best, open the doors and all that stuff. I mean, there's definitely, obviously, a lot of things about the holiday seasons. I mean, for good reason. We're learning
you still
about
have a little New Jersey.
Thanksgiving.
You still have a little New Jersey left in you where it's like, I'm not going through that door. Why would I? No, I'm kidding.
Well, that's a funny story too, right? So growing up in New Jersey, living in New York City area for a decade, there is the stereotype, and a lot of people know it's like, oh, you walk around the city as a regular, like normal, you're there to work and all that kind of stuff, not a tourist. Like, it's head down. It's, don't pay attention to anybody. Just do your thing, get in and get out. And a lot of people know the stereotype of culture in the South, which is, oh, very nice and welcoming and hello, how are you? And all of this stuff. And we moved from New York City to the South in Charleston. And it literally was culture shock in a way, in a positive way, because I was that weird guy in New York who would keep my head up, smile at people and say hello. And people are like, who is that guy?
Weirdo.
Right. When I got down here, it wasn't weird. People were like, yeah, that's just what you do. You're polite to people. And what was interesting is I remember Jen saying, it's like, I feel better. Like the energy is different. Now, I'm not saying there's something wrong with New York City. Love New York City, loved living there, and we cannot wait to go back and show our girls and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not saying that is actually true, because we all have the individual power to show up in a different way to build that positivity into everything that we do. And so use the holiday season as that fuel to be like, how do I want to bring this into my everyday world so that I can be like that football team, right? And think about this. Think about the result that they're getting based on their positivity. Guarantee that they collected way more money than that other couple did for the Salvation Army, because they're out there and they're loud. And they're not just nice people. They're showing people that they're nice people. They're bringing that energy, in their body language, in their voices. And that's important. Sometimes we think, but I am a nice person. It's like, great. Do people know that? Are we really sharing that nice person that's inside of us, or are we keeping it reserved?
Well, and I think you said it, and I 100% agree with you that like the majority of people out here are good people. They are nice people. We have a lot of people that want well for the people around us. We want to see people be okay. We don't want anybody to be hurt. A lot of us, if there's even a remote sign that someone's going to get hurt, we look away. We don't want to see that type of stuff happen. But we love seeing good happen. We love seeing somebody being taken care of. And I think that there's this opportunity in our world that coming out of the holidays, like acknowledge what you're capable and how you can address and take care of people and go out of your way to acknowledge them. And I think this is an incredible time to say, well, what if I carried that through? What if I kept that going? What if I made sure I was keeping that level of engagement and touch and communication and wanting to help people out throughout this time? We can do it. And again, it's so powerful when you watch the impact that it makes on it. And Matt, as we go back to like our number one focus is helping people build referral relationship businesses and building an amazing life at the same time. And I know referral relationship businesses, when you take care of people, when you show up with that great energy, it becomes what I would call attractive energy. And that attractive energy makes people not only want to come work with you personally, they want to come and use your services, but it makes it really easy for them to look at their friend and go, I need to introduce you to Matt Bonelli. He's my realtor. He's my friend. You're going to love him. He's such a good dude. You all know a person that you talk about that way, where you're like, they're such a good person. You're going to enjoy them so much. Their energy is so good. I know you're going to love them. I think it's a great thing for us to strive to say, can we be that person? Can we have that type of energy that shows up certain times of the year, shows up in certain ways? And what if we leaned into it even more? That attractive energy is what all of a sudden makes referral businesses just blow up. Andrea Toole, she's one of the best examples, I'm going to say, of like shining her light out into the world, because when she does it, what she calls loving on her people, she goes, I'm just going to love on my people today. That's what everybody needs. There might be some sort of an event, something that happened, just going to love on my people. And then she turns around doing all this real estate, and it is because she is so darn genuine about how much she loves her people. We all have the ability.
Oh, we do. I mean, I think, and it starts with our own mindset, starts with how do we, bring gratitude in our world on a daily basis. Like I'll hear it from agents from time to time, not agents that are now working with us because you guys are all amazing. But I remember this one agent that I was talking to this one time, forget the actual venue. This was years ago. And she was frustrated that she doesn't get any referrals. And then she went on to complain about friends and family member who don't use her and like, oh, they're dead to me. And I'm like, well, that's not the kind of energy that I'm probably going to refer, And it's like, maybe it's the energy that you're showing up with that is blocking some referrals because your energy will translate through how you operate, how you act throughout the day, which people see. You've said it on a podcast before, Garrett, where like, yeah, you can try to hide your energy, but it's going to come out in some way or another. And just being kind, being positive has a wonderful ripple effect. I remember Jen came home from the grocery store one day and she had the girls and they were being a little crazy as they can be when they're young. And she said, oh, this nice lady let us go in front of her at the grocery store. And like, she didn't have to, but it was so nice of her because then we were able to get through and the checkout person gave the girls a sticker and they calmed down. Like it was so nice. And she came home with such awesome energy. Whereas if those people were not nice, she probably would have come home with, oh, the girls were terrible and a mess and I'm frustrated and all this stuff. But those people, just by very simple things, probably wouldn't even thinking about it. It's just probably second nature of like, yeah, sure, whatever, right? Just by generally being positive and kind, impacted her life for the rest of that day, right? I mean, and that's the opportunity that we have just by being kind and positive. And now you bring that into your business. Oh my gosh.
And you brought up a situation that we see all the time, which is the amount of people that are going through their database right now at the end of the year, and they might be reconnecting. They might all of a sudden send out maybe their postcard came back. Maybe their invitation to their holiday party came back because they no longer live at that address anymore. And they take it so personally. And I've stopped and asked people sometimes, like, do you really care about the people you're trying to build these relationships with? Because if it can be damaged so easily by them going and using a different real estate agent, and all of a sudden you're like, that person's dead to me, I will tell you right now, the relationships that you're building with people have strings attached, and that's not how you build really good relationships. That's not how you bring really good energy to people. If there are strings attached like that to whether you're going to keep talking to them or not, unless they personally come out and punch you in the face, like that's a different thing. But
it's like, okay, maybe that person you don't want to hang out with anymore.
That might be there's something wrong with that person. But they chose to use a different realtor, and we're like, I am taking them. I'm never going to talk to them. The amount of money I've spent on them over the years, and who do they think they are? And what you don't understand is their sister or their brother just got into the business, and they went and used that person because that's the right thing to do.
Or they're like, the energy that I've been getting from Sally Sue is not the kind of energy that I want helping us guide us through this transaction. And so, no.
Every single time I'm around this realtor, they turn it into business. They want to ask me if I have business for them. They want to.
It's like
we've had some experiences with this. Matt, you and I have had some experiences of this with people that we know that every single time they talk to us, there's some sort of, hey, let me tell you about my new, let me show you this. I want to tell you about and hey, could you have anybody who'd want to sign up for this? There's a certain point that I'm like, I'm out. And it's not that I'm out on what they're doing. I don't want to pick up the phone when they call anymore. I don't want to have that conversation. And when you have strings attached to all this stuff, I guarantee you it will happen where those people are like, I don't feel like we are building a mutual relationship here. And I think bringing this all back to what we're talking about today and what today means and the holidays that we're all in right now, like really focus on, during the holidays and all the people you're interacting with, there's no strings attached. That person that you're being nice to, a little bit overly nice because it's the holidays and there's bells and there's some music and all this stuff going on. That overly nice that has that ability of coming out of us, let that come out even more. It's attractive. It's awesome. You have it in there. And there's no strings attached right now. And I think that's the interesting thing that can happen when all of a sudden we're out of this time. And the reason we're going to be nice, the reason we're going to do more stuff, the reason we're going to reach out is because maybe they have a real estate transaction. And if they don't, they're dead to me. Be careful. Be very careful of that. That was not meant to be damaging, by the way, when they didn't use you.
Well, and you can test this too, right? There is a reason why random acts of kindness feel really good and why they create so much impact, because there's literally no strings attached. You do something for a stranger, you have no expectation of ever seeing them again, right? But you do it anyway. Why did you do that? There was no quid pro quo. Well, you did it because you wanted to be kind. It felt right. And you probably felt really good after the fact. And that person was impacted in a positive way. Why do we leave acts of kindness just for random strangers? We should still do that, by the way. But why not also implement acts of kindness and positivity with the people that we know?
Yeah.
The impact is going to be great. And there are no strings attached. You don't have to attach strings. In fact, you will love how much you thrive as a person and as a business owner when you just are nice, when you do positive things. And, you know, now there's a limit. I'll get it. Like, it's not like you're going to go and, you know, tank your business just because you're going to be, you know, in the name of niceness, so to speak. This is just about being a good, general, positive person.
But it's funny is like, is there a limit? Like, I mean, obviously I'm not writing checks for, you know, $10,000 to random strangers.
And that's what I mean.
Have an amazing day. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's no limit to your positivity though. You're right.
You can bring all of that, and yes, so there are dollar amounts maybe attached to some stuff. There's a wonderful, and it's funny how there's a wonderful homeless man that is at our local store here named Alex, and he is the sweetest guy that has had a very tough life. My wife and I have sat down and actually talked to him and learned about his world. And one of my most favorite things to do right now is when I see Alex in the parking lot. My whole goal is to buy my groceries fast enough so that I can buy a pig's ear for his dog. And in the look on Alex's face, I'm not giving him food. I'm not giving him money, even though I've been known to do that. I brought him tarps when it's raining. I'd be like, dude, stay dry, be cool. But the look on his face when he's able to give the pig's ear to his dog and the excitement that you can watch that his dog's being taken care of, that energy transfers back onto me. I do it because I get to steal that energy from Alex when I see him get that lit up. And that energy just transfers to the next person I talk to and to the next person. It's transferring into this podcast right now. Like that, those little deeds, those ways that we reach out, there's commercials on it where like, it's like that one good deed helps another person do something good. And then it helps another person. And it's contagious. And I think it's a good thing for us to be the catalyst that causes that out there. If you can be that person that causes that first step that allows it to transfer from one person to the next person to the next person, be that. It's a great thing to have in your mission and your vision statement, is to be the catalyst of positivity to the people that are around me.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it. It's a great, great, great gift to have.
It is transformative for everyone involved in those situations. So man, I love it, dude. It's one of the things that I love about doing this podcast with you is you bring this wonderful positive energy to our relationship. Not that I don't bring positive energy.
I mean, I gotta pick you up a fair amount, but I appreciate that, man. It's a lot of work.
But I feel it and I love it and I appreciate it. And same thing with all of you who listen whenever we get the chance to talk to you guys. There's a lot of positivity out there. Pretty much every phone call that I make, where I get engaged with somebody who's a listener of our podcast or somebody in our world, I always can feel and hear the positivity in them, and in you who's listening. So we appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas to you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you. This is an amazing time of the year. Embrace the people that are around you. Embrace all your relationships and all your connections. And we are so incredibly grateful and thankful that you're in our world. And I will say, we love all of you. So until next time, as we move to the end of this year, make it the best, make the best connections. And Matt, thank you, sir. Appreciate you tons.
Appreciate you. Take care.